Hello and welcome. You're watching UTV Live at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. These are the stories making the headlines.
Increased pressure for an independent inquiry into safeguarding failings in the Presbyterian Church as the fallout from the scandal continues.
They need to declare everything. They need to open the cupboards and let all the skeletons come out and let people see how bad the situation is and then try and be positive.
An abuse survivor tells UTV of her ordeal at the hands of her stepbrother and his friend when she was just 5.
UTV can reveal some patients in Northern Ireland may have missed screening appointments due to IT errors discovered while a new GP computer system was being rolled out.
Also tonight, the Republic keep their World Cup hopes alive against Portugal as Ronaldo sees red in Dublin.
And could this Derry girl win Big Brother?
And we have a yellow warning for heavy rain affecting parts of County Down and County Armagh. That comes into force from midnight. I'll have all of the details later with the forecast.
The Presbyterian Church is coming under increasing pressure to hold an independent inquiry into the safeguarding scandal that has plunged the church into chaos.
The moderator of the Presbyterian Church in Ireland, Reverend Trevor Gribben, resigned over a catalogue of serious and significant safeguarding failings that span a 13-year period. Our correspondent Gareth Wilkinson reports.
A convicted paedophile is at the heart of the scandal, which continues to rock the Presbyterian Church. UTV has discovered who he is, but won't reveal his name to protect the identity of young victims and anyone else potentially exposed to risk. He was a voluntary youth leader connected to a church. Earlier this year, he was jailed for sexually abusing children. The offences are not linked to the church or his youth work, but it was only when police made contact about him did alarm bells ring within the Presbyterian Church, prompting an internal review spanning a 13-year period. It's understood PSNI investigations are now focused on the serious safeguarding failures uncovered. Crisis continues to engulf the Presbyterian Church despite the unprecedented resignation of its leader.
I've decided it would be best at this time for me to step aside.
The Reverend Dr. Trevor Gribben announced his resignation as moderator earlier this week when these revelations were made at a press conference described as a sick pantomime by a Presbyterian academic.
It was a disaster. It was terrible. It was like the worst amateur dramatics.
Lawrence Kirkpatrick settled a legal case after he was sacked by the Presbyterian Church from the Union Theological College in 2019. He says handling of this scandal is symptomatic of greater governance issues within the church.
They've had a terrible press in the last couple of years particularly. It's just getting worse. The harder they try to fix things, the worse things become. And this is a major hole they've dug. I think it has got considerably worse, and people will never forget the day the moderator resigned.
Failure to make public the findings of its internal review has been criticised by an international expert on safeguarding. Jim Gamble says the Presbyterian Church can't restore trust or fix problems on its own.
You do need whatever happens next to be overseen by the Charity Commission, to be fundamentally independent and to create pathways where any victims and survivors can engage directly with advocacy and support, where they can be signposted and deal directly with the police or other credible agencies.
Presbyterians will gather together in their churches on Sunday for the first time since this news broke. One former minister says what's happened has had a profound impact.
I have to say, the shock is still percolating down through their hearts and minds. This is going to take a while for people really to believe that it's for real.
It's been reported senior members of some Presbyterian congregations have already held emergency meetings to discuss a scandal shaking faith in Ireland's largest Protestant church. Gareth Wilkinson, UTV Live.
Don't let the monsters who haunt you carry the control. That's the powerful plea from a woman who was raped by her teenage stepbrother and sexually assaulted by his young friend when she was just 5 years old.
In an exclusive interview with UTV, the survivor, now a mother herself, finally saw the second teen face justice for his crime. You may find some of the details in Sharon O'Neill's report distressing.
Sex abuse has ripped them apart. An evil older stepbrother at the heart of this family, now exposed. We first brought you this story last year. How one teenage brother preyed on another who was just 8 years old, then turned his attention to his sister Sarah when she was just 5.
For 30 years we buried a memory. For 30 years we held on to something and said that we will take us to our grave.
Stepbrother Dennis Allen is now in prison for a catalogue of abuse, including rape. We weren't able to tell you everything because of ongoing legal proceedings, or able to give Sarah her voice.
As a mother and a human being, I can't understand why anybody would want to hurt another person in that way and completely derail their life and steal away their innocence.
This man, Philip Hall, also abused Sarah when she was 5. On Monday, the 51-year-old pleaded guilty to 1 count of indecent assault. No jail, because he was 14 years old at the time. Instead, he was placed on probation for a year. But the circumstances of his crime now revealed. And it happened in Sarah's bedroom as she slept after her stepbrother Dennis abused her for the first time. Like him, Hall was also in his teens.
I remember him standing there, almost like he was keeping guard. And he stood and watched as Dennis abused me. And when Dennis was finished, they swapped places, and Dennis stood at the door and Hall then assaulted me. I knew that it wasn't right, I knew it wasn't okay, but I was too scared to say anything. So you just, I suppose, in a way, retreat into yourself, and you just wait for it to be over.
Sarah and her brother Gordon finally plucked up the courage to come forward 7 years ago, and even though the road has been tough, urged others to do the same.
We've been able to go through the justice system, and we got justice. You can get justice. Take back the control. Don't let the monsters who've hurt you carry that control. Take it back. Speak out. Report it, and hand all of that guilt and shame back to them, because that's where it belongs. Nobody should ever be ashamed or embarrassed of something that happened to them. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Sharon O'Neill reporting. Now, some patients in Northern Ireland may have missed vital screening appointments because of errors in patient data uncovered during the rollouts of a new GP computer system UTV can reveal. The Department of Health has insisted that the number of cases identified so far is small. Well, our health correspondent Deborah McAleese joins us now. Deborah, what and how has this actually happened?
OK, Sarah, well, the IT system that holds details of people who are registered with GP practices is currently being upgraded. And during the transfer of data from that old computer system to the new system, checks were carried out and inconsistencies were found in some patient information, including gender and age. The Department of Health said that this might have had an impact on whether or not that person is called for screening. So if you think about it, if you're a female and registered as a male, then there was a possibility that you may not have been called for screening for the likes of cervical cancer or breast cancer.
Well, what is the scale of the problem?
OK, well, look, this screening programmes, they obviously play a very key role in the early detection of disease. A range of programmes are currently available in Northern Ireland, but the programmes where this data inconsistency might have impacted patient participation are bowel, breast and cervical cancer screening, and also screening for abdominal aortic aneurysm. Now, in a statement, the Department of Health said that a small number of inconsistencies have been identified to date. They said that 12 individuals so far have recently been invited for screening as a precautionary measure. Now, this transfer and rechecking and checking of data is a painstaking process. It involves the review of more than 2 million individual records through a range of official sources. So questions do still remain about whether more patients could yet be found to have been missed.
Thank you, Deborah McAleese.
Shots have been fired through the window of a house in East Belfast. It happened on the Beersbridge Road at around 11 o'clock last night. The person inside escaped unhurt.
A man accused of causing a four-vehicle car crash which claimed the lives of 3 people and seriously injured 4 more has told the court he has no memory of the accident. Ciara McIlvana, as well as a husband and wife, Patrick and Ciara Grimley, died on the Gosford Road in Market Hill in 2023. 20-year-old Josh McGleenan from Ashfay in Benburb pleaded not guilty to 8 charges against him, including causing death by dangerous driving.
The Down Recorder newspaper in Downpatrick has ceased publication. The family-owned newspaper was one of the oldest weeklies in Ireland, dating back to 1836. Staff were told today its final edition was on Wednesday.
A 21-gun royal salute has taken place at Hillsborough Castle to mark the King's 77th birthday. It was conducted with military precision by a battery of the Royal Artillery. Royal Hillsborough was one of several key ceremonial locations across the UK, marking the day His Majesty was born. Time now to look at the headlines making tonight's ITV News at 6:30.
Yes, with all the details, here's Romilly Weeks.
Coming up tonight, the government changes tack as the Chancellor reportedly ditches plans for an income tax rise. 12 days out from the budget, how will Rachel Reeves raise the money she needs to balance her books? Following an ITV News investigation, the Health Secretary vows to put a stop to do not resuscitate orders being given to learning disabled people without their consent. And new heights for this content creator's career as he scoops the top prize of the TikTok Awards. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Now, he's collaborated with the likes of Luciano Pavarotti and Sir Elton John, selling millions of albums.
Yes, Sir James Galway is one of the world's most celebrated flautists, and tomorrow he will be honoured for his contribution to classical music.
The musician will be presented with an honorary doctorate by Ulster University, an accolade he says is a very special honour.
Our reporter Nathan Hanna has been along to meet him.
He's one of our own and is known worldwide for his incredible talent. With more than 30 million albums sold, extensive touring and work in music education, Sir James Galway has been a household name for decades. And now, the Belfast legend is back to receive an honorary doctorate from Ulster University, alongside a special exhibition celebrating his career. The York Street campus is not far from where he grew up in North Belfast.
It's very special. I mean, to come back home and see all these places, it's progressed for the better. It's really terrific.
Sir James has played for dignitaries like Pope John Paul II, Queen Elizabeth II and President Clinton, to name but a few, and has also collaborated on film soundtracks such as Lord of the Rings and partnered with the likes of Stevie Wonder and Sir Elton John. Where does tomorrow rank for you?
Right up there. Top.
Sir James, who was taught the flute by his uncle, a conductor of a flute band, is a founding member of the City of Belfast Youth Orchestra, which will be playing tomorrow at his ceremony. A special day for all involved.
He's just an inspiration, and I think that's the legacy. You know, someone who has worked very hard and just continues to give to others. He's very, very generous.
The man with the golden flute has clearly got the golden touch. Nathan Hanna, UTV Live.
Wow, now there was a big win for the Republic last night, and there's an even bigger game for Northern Ireland tonight.
Yes, Dan Duffy has the sport.
What a drive. John Mulholland Motors, sponsors of UTV Sport.
Good evening. Well, what a night it was for the Republic of Ireland as they stunned Portugal in their crucial World Cup qualifier at the Aviva Stadium. 2 Troy Parrott goals was the difference, while Cristiano Ronaldo was shown a red card. If the boys in green beat Hungary on Sunday, they will secure a playoff spot for next summer's tournament.
A famous win. The World Cup dream is still alive for the boys in green.
It was amazing. I think it's a long time coming. You know, I think we've taken a lot of criticism in the last few years, especially in the World Cup qualifiers and stuff. So I think it was a good day for us, for our family, and for the fans. You know, because a lot of people would have written us off before the game, but we believed in ourselves. I thought we were quite unfortunate not to get a draw away from home. But listen, we can, and we're just delighted it paid off today. They were getting frustrated, and hence the red card. So I think we're well in the game. I actually believed that we were going to get a third, because I believe the game was eventually going to open up. I think we had the belief before that. So it gave us a little bit of a boost, you know, when they're 10 men against a very good Portugal team. And the crowd today was outstanding, unbelievable. You can feel it, gave you that extra level head. As we said, nothing's over yet. You know, we haven't achieved anything yet. We beat Portugal, ultimately that doesn't get us to where we want to be. So we need to go to Hungary. We know it's going to be difficult because we need to win, and they'll know that, so they'll make it as difficult as possible. So we just have to keep a level head and do what we did today, prepare as best as we can, and see what happens.
And tonight, Northern Ireland are aiming to keep their hopes of a top 2 finish in their World Cup qualifying group against Slovakia. Michael O'Neill's side currently sit 3 points behind tonight's opponents and group leaders Germany.
We obviously all love being away with each other, and we all get on really well. And we're really looking forward to the games. We know it's a massive game. I know a win or draw probably does good stead for getting second place. So yeah, we're all really looking forward to it. Though it's going to be difficult. Obviously, coming away from home is never easy. So, but yeah, we're really looking forward to it in full confidence. It's something I dream of, especially since I was really young. But we're so busy with special to get to a major tournament with our countries. So, yeah, something that they want would be fantastic if we could get there. But we know how tough it is. Obviously, that hasn't happened much in the past. So yeah, we know how difficult it is, but I have full belief in our players. I've got a really good team, really good young players, so yeah, hopefully we can get there.
In rugby, Ireland face Australia at the Aviva Stadium tomorrow. Mac Hansen returns to the starting 15 as one of 9 changes from last weekend's victory over Japan. Andy Farrell will be up against a familiar foe in the dugout, former Ireland boss Joe Schmidt. Ruth Gorman has this report.
Andy Farrell and Joe Schmidt know each other inside out by this stage. Farrell got the better of Schmidt's Wallabies on the Lions tour in the summer and in this game last autumn.
There's a lot of water that's gone under the bridge since that performance, but I've no doubt, knowing him, that he'll have been eyeing this fixture up for a while.
In one of 9 changes, Mac Hansen starts in the fullback position for the first time for Ireland.
Got across his work Sunday and Monday, and then trying the house down on Tuesday. So he's proved to, not just to us, the coaching staff, but to everyone else, that he's up for this and ready and able. I suppose as well, every single time that Max played for us as a winger, he's always covered fullback. He's always been able to get across the work there, so we get to see that in action.
Sam Prendergast gets his first start of the autumn series at number 10. Jack Crowley was selected for the last 2 games.
If either of us are getting bogged down by the rotation over the last year, I suppose it's selfish, as in we both say that would be we're being selfish. So it's important, I think we both agree that it's important we both stay positive and both just try to contribute to the team as best as we can. I think, I thought Jack has played very well the first 2 games, and he started the season really well as well. So it's yeah, like I think we both get along very well, and we both kind of share the same ambition. So it's not that hard to get on.
Both fly halves are enjoying working under Johnny Sexton, now as a coach.
I never got to really experience him as a player, but I'd say he changed a lot from being a player to a coach in terms of how he maybe messages things. But I have found it incredibly beneficial. I think all of us tends agree. Like, I think from a kicking point of view, from a attack, defence, even just from a mental point of view, I think he's probably one of the best to ever do it.
It will be a battle of two of the greatest rugby coaches Ireland has seen. Farrell and Schmidt go head-to-head for possibly the final time at the Aviva Stadium. Ruth Gorman, UTV Live, Dublin.
In golf, Rory McIlroy carded a second round of 69 at the DP World Tour Championship, which leaves him on 9 under par, 3 shots off the lead. The world number 2 is aiming to win a 4th Race to Dubai title in a row. Shane Lowry is also on 9 under par, while Tom McKibben is 4 under. And finally, tonight's Irish Premiership match between Glentoran and Carrick Rangers has been postponed following a pitch inspection. That's all your sport this evening. Have a great weekend.
What a drive. John Mulholland Motors, sponsors of UTV Sport.
Now, it's the final Fight TV's hit reality show Big Brother tonight, and all eyes in Derry will be on one local makeup artist to see if she will be crowned the winner.
Jenny Baird from the city's Brandywell is one of the last few contestants left in the house vying for the £100,000 prize. Barbara McCann reports.
Oh, God. Jenny, the wizard has given you a golden microphone to inspire you to follow your dreams and make your voice heard.
Yay, thank you.
She's a Derry girl who's already got the gift of the gab. She's also a bit naughty.
I am a rule breaker. I don't tend to follow rules very well. If you tell me to do something, that makes me not want to do it. And if you tell me not to do something, it means I am going to do it.
Tonight, though, Jenny Baird's dream of winning Big Brother could become a reality. And friends who've gathered in her hometown to watch the final on ITV later are betting on her walking away with the £100,000 cash prize.
I very much appreciate that. It's unbelievable. The support she has is unbelievable. And everybody around her loves her and misses her and is so proud of her.
It would mean everything to her if she won. I've seen how hard she's worked for this over the last couple of months. She's put blood, sweat and tears into going back and forward. And if she won the night, it would just mean the world to Jenny.
Jenny is 21 tomorrow. If she's crowned the winner tonight, it'll be a double celebration, making it the best birthday ever. Barbara McCann, UTV Live.
Good luck. Now, it's been a wet week to say the least, and guess what? There's a weather warning in place for tonight.
Well, Louise joins us. What's going to happen?
Yes, we have a yellow warning for heavy rain affecting the southeast, so County Down and County Armagh are expecting some very heavy rain overnight tonight. It comes into force at midnight. Now, this is all in association with Storm Claudia. Claudia has brought heavy rain and very strong winds to other parts of the UK and across the Republic of Ireland today. Now, once that rain clears through tomorrow, we do see a bit of a change in type. Cooler air will push in from the Arctic through Sunday, so that'll clear away all of that clouds. We'll have some cool, crisp conditions on the way. We could see a touch of frost, and there is a possibility of a few wintry showers, some snow flurries over the tops of the hills into the middle part of next week, but keep an eye on the forecast. Here is tonight's update.
After a wet start, weather predictions are looking bright. UTV Weather, sponsored by the Grant Vortex Boiler.
So we have some unsettled conditions pushing through tonight. That yellow warning for rain affecting parts of County Down and County Armagh. We could see up to 40 millimetres of rainfall over the tops of the Mourne Mountains. So that could lead to some localised flooding in places and surface water on the roads. So do stay up to date with the forecast over the next 24 hours or so. It's all due to Storm Claudia, named by the Spanish Met Service. We have various systems pushing through associated with that. with that, we also have some strengthening winds coming from an easterly direction, taking the edge off the temperatures, becoming drier tomorrow afternoon and brighter into Sunday as we start to draw in a northerly air feed, which will clear that cloud through. But tonight it should stay dry for most places, apart from the southeast there, where we have that rain pushing through, some heavy bursts with that, those strengthening winds, coastal gales possible along the east coast, temperatures holding up at 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. So a damp start tomorrow morning once again across southeastern areas, but once that rain starts to fizzle out and clear through it, tomorrow looks like a dry day, quite cloudy and murky though, some hill fog over the tops of the mountains. The winds will slowly start to ease down tomorrow afternoon, and temperatures struggling to highs of just 10 or 11 degrees Celsius. Across the rest of Ireland, once all of that heavy rain has cleared through, once again associated with Storm Claudia, it is a drier day, some bright and sunny spells in places, variable amounts of cloud, 1 or 2 spots of rain across the southwest. Winds will become lighter into the afternoon, temperatures reaching highs of 14 degrees Celsius. It's all change over the weekend and into the start of next week. It's been so mild recently. We are going to see some cool and chilly conditions, the chance of some overnight frosts in places, and by the time we get to the middle part of next week, we could have 1 or 2 wintry showers. Bye-bye.
UTV Weather, sponsored by the Grant Vortex Boiler.
Now, coming up at 7, it's UTV Life.
Yeah, here's our Rita with a flavour of what's on the show.
Yes, on UTV Life tonight at 7, I'll be talking to British rally champions William Crichton and Liam Regan about their amazing success. Charlotte Quinn, who wants to travel to Lapland as a sick child, will be telling me about her charity walk to Scotland. And we have music from singer-songwriter Nell Meskel. That's UTV Life tonight at 7, right after the national weather and on ITVX.
Thanks, Rita. Well, that is UTV Live this Friday. Nathan will be back with the late news at 10:30.
The ITV News continues with Bromley Weeks. From all of us at UTV, have a lovely evening and a great weekend.
Good evening.